The Seahawks knew it would be a challenge to slow down the hottest team in the NFL. They battled against San Francisco, but fell 21-13 in prime time.
This was a classic opportunity to in the division with the team that's leading, and then here Thursday and all that stuff. Everything was really there for us to have a great night, and Niners are a really good team, and they're doing really good stuff, and they've been really consistent. They got a bunch of wins in a row and all that, and so it was going to be a fantastic win for us, and we just hung in there with an opportunity to get it done. We had an enormous swing right at the end of the half, and it was 7-3. About at the 2-minute warning, we have a chance at a pick at midfield at least, and then the fumble gets them right on down on the 5-yard line. So. They were able to take advantage of those opportunities and did a nice job. And I give them credit. I've been crediting them all week because I really think a lot of Kyle and the job that he does and that team. So that's why it would have been really a great opportunity to get them.
Seattle has dropped 4 of 5 since the bye week, and the losses show up in more than the final score. Tyler Lockett did not finish the game and won't be available for a couple weeks.
Tyler Lockett broke a bone in his hand. And his index finger right in here, and it's legit and all that, and we got to figure out what's the right way to go. I can't even fathom that. I can't fathom playing without Tyler. I got a chance to hang with him just to try to express what it's like to be working with a guy like this for so long, and such an incredible player. He doesn't, he's not in tremendous pain. He's got a broken hand. I need to feel sorry for him, but. He's such a magnificent football player and a member of a team and a member of a community in our area and our fans and all that we're going to miss the heck out of him, whatever he misses.
I didn't talk to Tyler. I kind of just heard the news, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him, so I will soon.
For a second straight week, the Hawks defense was forced to deal with an injury up front. Brian Monet left the game in the first quarter after suffering an ACL injury. That put added pressure on Poona Ford and Miles Adams to step up in the middle of the line.
Yeah, it definitely changed, what personnel we had in the D-line because, last week was Al, this week Monet, and, my guy Brian. Those are our big bodies up front. And losing them is definitely losing, like, your anchor, your defense. The nose guard is a very important position in our defense. But, we made adjustments. We were able to keep shutting down the run as much as we could and do what we could until the end.
The final numbers don't tell the story of the Seahawks' improvements in stopping the run. You look at the 170 rushing yards gained by the 49ers, but understand that 55 of those came on one of the final plays. There was a difference in the run defense from the previous 4 weeks.
I feel like we were coming downhill for the most part. Thinking back on it, I can only think of 2, big runs that they had. Obviously, the one at the end, and then there was one in the first quarter. But besides that, for the most part, we were coming downhill. Guys were in their fits and just, even then, though, at the end of the game, you hate to see that one break out.
After last week, I personally feel like we just had the same mentality to go out and put our hands on people and just play our technique the best way we know how to. Stopping the run, you got to take pride in it. And I think we did a really good job of that today, collectively, as a D-line unit.
We ain't never quit. We didn't look at the scoreboard. We just kept playing ball, even to the last play. So, at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for.
Also missing from the defense at the end of the game, Jordan Brooks, who was dealing with a neck issue. Cody Barton took over at middle linebacker, with Tanner Muse also getting significant reps.
Yeah, Jordan, and especially when it's a good friend of you, Jordan's a good friend of mine, and to have him go down, it doesn't seem to be something crazy. So, we're expecting him to be back, but, it's not fun, especially when you deal with that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Tanner's always been ready to play. You guys see him on special teams, the way he runs down. He's very, very smart. He's always answering questions in meetings. So it's not like he get his op and he's not ready to go. He got his op and he was ready to go. He was out there, making close calls and, relaying calls and things like that. So it was cool to see him out there. And, you hate JB's out, that he was out, but, I got a lot of respect for Tanner. He's just coming this thing. He's worked and he knows his job, and when it's his time, he'll be ready to go.
The offense, meanwhile, moved the ball against the best defense in the league. They were driving for a go-ahead score in the second quarter when an untimely fumble by Travis Homer changed momentum and put San Francisco in position to score 2 plays later.
Pick up the sense of urgency, continue to fight hard like we've been doing, continue to study hard, hit the weights, practice hard, stay locked in together. Now's not the time to separate, and I don't see that happening for this team. Really just locking in together, and we got to make the most of these 3 games.
I don't believe in more victories, but at the same time, it's kind of like we held them to 21 points, and I don't know all the stats and stuff, but it's one of them things where it's like we had good and bad, so we need more good than the bad. So go watch the film and try to fix the bad plays and just find ways to get better.
Seattle losing 21-13 to the division rivals, but they also lost some key players. Tyler Lockett didn't finish the game, and he's expected to miss at least 2 weeks after breaking his hand. Brian Monet is out for the rest of the season after tearing his ACL. That is the 2nd straight week the Hawks have dealt with a huge loss on their defensive line. Jordan Brooks also didn't finish the game. He is dealing with a little bit of a neck issue. The Seahawks will learn more about that this week. But what they learned on Thursday is that run defense did make improvements, but it might not show up in the final numbers. On offense, Kenneth Walker returned, and he helped spark a little bit more in that running game. But for as much as Seattle moved the ball against the Niners defense, they found the end zone just once. 21-13 is the final score. The 49ers clinch the division, and Seattle moves to 7-7 with a mini bye before playing in Kansas City next week.